Tax deed alert. Yesterday, there was a $100,000 house opening bid $1,000 at a tax deed sale. We went live to the auction if you missed it. Today, we're going to talk about the Trump government shutdowns and what that means and how tax lien and deed investors can really use this to find even more amazing deals. So we're going to dive into that. Yesterday was an amazing stream. We were live at an auction and you guys loved it. We had tons of people turn up. We were bidding on a house. The opening bid was $1,000. We were going to bid live with everybody. And from there, it got bid up to about 22,000. Even then, when we did our research, it was actually worth a lot more than $100,000. So that was super exciting. And today we're going to talk about how you guys can find more of these deals to go and bid for yourself and possibly attend a tax deed auction and scoop up something 80, 90% below market value. But we've been getting the question of like, okay, Dustin, how are these Trump shutdowns going to affect tax deed investing? So today we're going to talk about that and explain how it can work in your favor and explain to you how we actually help the government by going to these tax deed auctions to basically help the county. It works really, really well. So this isn't a political video in any way. We're just talking about objective facts that the government has been shut down in certain places. And there will be a bit of a ripple as far as how that affects tax lien and deed investors, but more so, how can we basically work with this to find some more great deals? So if you're just tuning in, it's Dustin Hahn here. The channel is dedicated to helping you find some amazing deals with tax liens and deeds to scoop up property. Yesterday, like I said, we did live auction and we're going to start doing that a lot more. You guys seem to like that. So we'll try every week to find a live auction that you guys can shadow. And what I really love about this stuff is the fact that, you know, this isn't hypothetical. It's not a hypothetical Amazon store. It's not a hypothetical crypto store. This is real deals that we talk about here on this channel that you can take a swing at. They could have the chance to change your life. For me, it absolutely changed my life, you know, working on the oil field back in the day, and went to a tax deed seminar. 2 days after the tax deed seminar, I bought a property for $4,200, 40 acres, sold it for 20 grand, changed my life forever. And there are folks who watch this channel who scoop up good deals in the comments. You'll see folks, one guy bought a property for $200 over the counter tax deed, sold it for $20,000. So this is a live stream right now. If you're watching the replay, we go live. These days, there's a lot of AI videos and stuff out there. And I want you guys to know that we are here to provide the tax lien and deed investing community with as much free information as humanly possible to help you guys get going. So that's why always below we give away the tax lien and deed directory and the ABCs of tax lien and deed investing. So let's get into it real quick, how you guys can basically be ahead of the curve here on how Trump shutdowns are going to affect things and how you as a tax lien and deed investor are going to be able to use this to your advantage. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up if you like making money in real estate, if you like this channel, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So we'll get into it. And then a little later in the video, I'm going to show you guys some more tax deed auctions that are coming up, and we can dive into that as well. So let's see, let's go into this right now as far as what the opportunity is going to be at these sales. So one of the biggest things is when there's uncertainty, a lot of investors won't be taking as much action. So here's where I see the biggest opportunity for you to make money off these shutdowns. And to be fair, we do really help out the government because the government relies on tax lien and deed revenue to, you know, pave their roads, pay their salaries, pay the school teachers. So when we go and we bid and we buy, we actually help out the government, which is, that's a good thing, right? We all like having good education and cool, well, smooth roads to drive on. However, what's going to happen? Things will get backlogged and certain departments will backlog because they're not working. Now, what we see in Philadelphia is there is currently still a backlog of properties from COVID, which is pretty wild. So what they're doing is the county is actually flogging these things out at rock bottom prices, taking a loss because they want to get them back on the tax roll. So this is super important to think about because we're seeing properties in Philadelphia that might have $40,000, $50,000 in back taxes. They have a flat opening bid, $1,600. They want to get them back on the tax roll. So you're going to see something similar in this situation here where things can stack up and they might even just do some bargain sales to clear the inventory. However, the way it's also going to affect you is there will be a little bit of uncertainty as far as maybe less people attending these auctions. So that's going to give you an opportunity to scoop things up as well, because maybe some investors are wanting to kind of, let me see what happens as far as the economy goes. And this is really one of the best times to be scooping up these properties is during some turmoil to find some good deals. And here's a little tip. So as we're going into November coming up, what do we have in November? We have Thanksgiving. So around these auctions are amazing opportunities to get some deals. And this is a great insider tip. So for example, let's take a quick look here. So in November, we're going to have Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving will obviously be towards the end of the month, but this is a perfect opportunity because there are tons of sales that are going to be happening on Tuesday, December 2nd. So if we look at Thanksgiving 2025 is going to be Thursday, November 27th. Okay. So Thursday, November 27th. And then we're going to have an auction on the 2nd of December. So this is super important. And this is a massive tip for everybody here. If you guys want to get some amazing deals, this is one of my favorite strategies to reveal to you guys. And as we get going, I just want to take a second and say hello to everybody here. Let's get the stream going. Let me know who's tuning in, your name, the city, and where you're from, because I can tailor the stream as we go. And once again, these are live. So Uncle Billy, it's good to see you here. If you have any questions, go ahead, put them in the comments. I will get to the questions towards the end and we'll dive in. But yeah, yesterday was super cool. We attended that live auction together and we had a great time. We were bidding on some property, but we're going to do a lot more of that. So just want to acknowledge everybody here. It's good to see everybody. Flagger, Florida, good to see you. Leonardo, over the moon. Katrina, nice to see you. Simon, haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you back. It's happening in Ohio. And we got somebody from Vancouver. So guys, let us know where you're tuning in from. And whatever questions you have, I will be happy to dive into those questions as well. And if you're in Vancouver, BC, the great thing is the exchange rate for that US dollar is excellent. So this is a huge tip to write down to get some amazing deals. So we have Thanksgiving coming up. It's going to be November 27th. So the mindset around this is in multiple ways. Okay. So you have, first off, you're going to have less people at these auctions bidding, is because, generally people who have money, they love Thanksgiving. They're gearing up for the holidays and they're doing their Black Friday spending. So right off the bat, you're going to have less people at the December 2nd tax deed auction, and you're going to have often more properties because people are human. They're going to spend their money on Black Friday deals, and they're going to probably not pay their taxes and redeem their properties. So these are amazing opportunities coming up. And from there, also bankers that are paying mortgages of properties that are going to the tax deed sale, what's going to happen, they're going to be doing Thanksgiving and they're going to have mortgages on their desk and they're going to miss those notifications. That property is going to go to the tax deed sale and that mortgage is going to be erased. So everybody here, this should be your action item, is for the upcoming tax deed sale, December 2nd. It's going to be a good one. Anytime there is one after a holiday. So I wanted to go ahead and put that out there for everybody. And once again, for everybody to tune in, if you get the directory from below the video, you will see you can go through the tax deed states, Texas and Georgia, first Tuesday of every month. So that's when those tax deed sales are going to be. And make sure to grab the directory and the book so that you guys can follow along step by step. This is for free in the description. Now, coming back to a little more details on the opportunities at hand, basically you're going to be able to see some delays in some of these auctions. So maybe some auctions that are scheduled might get delayed due to the shutdown. So what that allows you to do is basically keep an eye on it when they're going to release it. And they might have more inventory coming up, which is great. And there can be an arbitrage on the backlog. So what I would do is I would check in with the counties that you're interested in. And if they are an experience, if they're going through any type of shutdown, give them a call when they open back up. They're going to be busy. Have empathy. Maybe they're slammed, maybe they're busy, but you'll be able to keep an eye on it to maybe be the first person to get to that list. In a lot of the smaller counties, if they've been shut down, they're real people, and you talk to them, and sometimes maybe they're not too happy with the stress they've been through with the backlog, but keep a pulse on the areas that you're interested in. And this can be a big advantage and really turn some lemons into lemonade. And, once again, as investors, we are helping the county collect revenue for things to, maybe avoid that, the big pothole on the road, or being able to help out the school teacher. So there's going to be some good opportunity there to make some money in this. So now let's go ahead and let's look at some auctions that are going to be coming up so that you guys can go and make some money with some tax liens and deeds. Let's get some questions going. Let's see. Do any places in Texas have a repository list? Yeah. So we've actually shown several counties in, I said Texas, but you said Georgia. So Abby, we've shown many counties before in Georgia that do have repository lists that are sitting there right now that you can actually go and buy. So go ahead, just Google repository list, or what I'm going to do right now is I want to show you guys just a list of upcoming auctions coming up. And, Georgia is a great place for auctions. They do it the first Tuesday of every month. And from there, I went to a Georgia sale back in the day with one of my original mentors, and it was great. And here's a key tip for everybody getting into this. Find one of these places that has auctions the first Tuesday of the month and just go and observe, practice. Go to the auction and see what people are doing, because this will allow you to really raise your knowledge around what this business is. One of the biggest mistakes that I see is we talk about this stuff, we get excited, and then the viewer or you go to one auction and you get disappointed because maybe things got bid up, or maybe all the properties sold. So in that situation, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, because you go and you learn. This is a business of fluctuation and consistency. So if you combine consistency into this business, you will set yourself up for success and for making money with tax liens and deeds. So I want to show you guys the most basic stuff. And like I mentioned, our goal is to provide the most information to this industry, hands down. And we've done that. We've created here. I'm going to share my screen right now. We're going to come over here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to be checking back and forth that my screen is actually being shared. So if you guys, one of the best ways to find auctions is to use the free resource that we put together. Here's my screen. So for everybody here, just pop over to taxlienschool.com. And from here, you will see this button called Knowledge Vault. So click on this button, Knowledge Vault, and this is the most comprehensive tax lien and deed training site that exists. We have so much information on here, and there's literally a small army at work to provide tons of free information for you guys. So that should be the homework. Everybody come over to the Knowledge Vault and get familiar with it. So the first thing to do, everybody's watching, take a screenshot of this map on my screen right now. You really want to go ahead and get yourself familiar with the tax lien and deed counties. So anything in red is tax deed. Anything in green is going to be tax lien, and anything in blue is going to be a hybrid state. So they might do a place like Texas, which is a redeemable deed. So in Texas, you have a 6-month redemption period. before you can sell the property. However, you do get a 25% penalty if they do redeem you during that time. Most of the time they don't. And if there is a renter in the property, what's great about that is you can collect rent the same day. So there's been plenty of times at the Texas auction where we win the bid and then we go and we're collecting rent. So everybody take a screenshot of this and just get familiar with it. You can pair it with the book and get the phone number, but we also have lots of phone numbers here as well. So for example, we had a question about Georgia, and for anybody tuning in, let me know who's here. Thumbs up if you like this. Ask me a question in the comments. I'll get to all the questions, and let me know your name and your state, where you are, what's happening in Pasadena. Good to see you here. Laura's asking, is this a live auction? We can look into that. Let's see. Can I speak about redemption period tax deeds? Yeah, exactly. So we're going to come over here to our knowledge vault on Tax Lien School. So Texas is a redeemable deed state. Texas and Georgia, redeemable deeds, as well as Tennessee has some as well. So what a redeemable deed state means, Texas 6 months. So for you guys, this whole map is interactive. So no matter where you are, you can click on it. So if you're interested in Texas, just click on the map and it's going to bring up 25%, 6 months penalty, 2 years if it's a homestead exemption. And Texas has 254 counties, and you can click here to read more about redeemable Texas deeds. So we'll come over here. This page is going to load, and check this out, guys. This is your one-stop to learn all about tax liens and deeds and do your research. We have all of the counties, 254 counties here for you. We have it all laid out with information. So say, for example, you want to go to Dawson County. Simply click on Dawson County. And then from here, we have all of the articles as far as what's going on in Dawson County. We have related articles for you guys to be able to learn about every single county for tax liens and deeds. So that is the homework. This is a free resource. Anybody can come and click on this map to start finding these auctions and finding them quickly. So let's take a look at some auctions that are coming up. So everybody who comes here can get to see at least a week view of our auction calendar. So, one of the big problems that we see in this business is the fact that, there's 3,300 counties. So we have 1,500 tax lien counties, which is in the description below to get this county guide. And then from there, we have 1,500 tax deed counties, right? And the hard thing is figuring out, when the heck are these auctions? So what we've done is we have a little team, a little army who is putting these on a map for us and for you guys to make this easier. So I want to show you, just take you right to the pond and take some screenshots here of the auctions that I'm about to show you, because these are auctions that are coming up here very, very soon. So once again, to get here, just come to Tax Lien School, click on the Knowledge Vault. You will end up right here. So we're in October right now. So we're going to scroll down. These are actual auctions happening in the next couple weeks. So everybody here, do me a favor, take another screenshot of actual auctions. We've found them for you, and we've put all the details in one spot. So we have a lot of Florida auctions that are coming up. So we have St. Lucie, Florida. I'm going to click on this, and this is how easy it is. I'm just going to click over here, and we're going to see. And everybody gets a week. You can go and see a week of auctions that are coming up. But we've pulled all the details for you. So we have October 13th. This thing is coming up, and we have all the details laid out so you can take action step by step. So you can click here, and you'll be taken right to the county site. You can register online for this auction, and you can see their auction calendar here as well. So check it out. There are lots of tax deed auctions. In fact, for the rest of the month, there's going to be a tax deed auction every single Monday in Florida, which is super cool. So we come back here and we have the details of this sale. Properties are sold to the highest bidder. From there, you must pay a non-refundable 5% deposit of the final bid. And then how to participate. You can register online. This is the address. And then from here, we have the links to the county clerk, the online auction site. We have everything you guys need here to go to this auction. So it's all laid out. And like I said, our model and goal is to make this information accessible to everybody who wants to learn. Now, coming back, let's check it out here. So coming back to some more auctions, we have Broward County, Florida. We have Washington, lots of Florida auctions coming up here. Let's see, we got Knox County, Illinois coming up as well. And from here, Illinois seems to kick in a little later in the month. But let's check out this Knox County, Illinois. Once again, I'm just going to click on it, see what's going on for this auction. And remember, start with going to the vault and figuring out kind of where you want to invest, but also follow the opportunity is absolutely key. So from here, this is going to be a sealed bid tax deed auction on October 24th. Submit your bid online. Okay, that's great. So it's going to be the 24th at the Treasurers. We can click here, see what's going on for the Knox. This is the location of it. Wow, pretty cool courthouse building there. Very, very neat. Let's see. You must include full payment in the sealed bid. So basically, you'll look and you will send in your bid. So guys, what we have on the screen is auctions that are happening. Everybody should be taking screenshots of my screen right now, and or just coming to Tax Lien School and then coming to the Knowledge Vault over here. Okay, so everybody will get a week of auctions that you will be able to see, but there are tons of them. Let's see, we got another one here in Illinois that you guys could attend as well with auctions. And we saw this yesterday. We were live going to an auction, and it was super fun. It was a property. We were going to bid $1,000, and it sold for 22 grand live. And we were bidding on some super cheap property as well. So here's another one in Illinois. You guys can attend as well. Take a screenshot of this. October 31st is this auction over here. And we have lots of auctions coming up. So we'll dive into some questions. But the most important thing, and the message that I always like to, say is take action with this stuff, because obviously it's fun to watch these videos. It's fun to follow videos. That's how you know. I guess it is a video, but when I think of video, I think of like cassette tape. It's super fun to watch, but taking action is the most important thing, right? Like I always have that saying. It's like, if you just watch this and you don't take action, you're going to miss out on properties. And it's really like reading the menu and expecting to feel full. These days we have a massive, I don't know what you call it, but the internet gives us unlimited information. And we just kind of feel like just because we're watching something doesn't mean you're doing it. And that's really one of the core messages that I like to give is like, guys, go take action on this stuff. Like, for example, just yesterday, we were live at that auction, and we're going to go live a lot more. And if you guys want to come and check this out, yesterday's video is cruising along pretty good. Let me come up here. Let's see. We're live. This is fun. I'll share my screen real quick, but come check it out. In the sidebar, you will see, if you haven't watched it from yesterday, if you come over to our YouTube channel here, this video was a live tax deed auction, and we were bidding. There was an amazing house, but go watch that thing. Lots of people had a ton of fun. This is us right now live, but we got lots of live videos for you guys to check out. Next week, we're going to do the same. So, we're coming into the weekend coming up, and it's time for everybody to put together some sort of action plan. And I'll share with you one of my favorite ways to get things done, which works really well. So I just went to Staples and I get one of these little memo flip books. Okay. So what I do every day, well, not every day, but like at least 3, 4, 5 times a week, there's a really good book called Plan Tomorrow Today. And the whole premise is to come up with 2 or 3 key things that you need to do that will move you to the direction of making money with real estate, with tax liens and deeds. From there, what you do is you write it down and you create a contract with a consequence. Okay. So what I do is I write down on my little list here the things that I need to do. And so, for example, be at my desk working by 8 a.m. From here, work out at 2:30 p.m., stretch for 20 minutes, and then also having in my business things, research property. The next one could be go live on YouTube. throw your backpack over the fence. But here's where this works, is there's a consequence. And I sign this little contract every day, and my fiance, she sees it, and I check in at every step of the way. And if I don't hit my deadline for the day, there is a consequence. And the consequence is, one of them is right here on my desk. I have this disgusting onion. I don't like onions. I'm a pretty simple guy. I just don't like onions. And if I fail my task, I have to take a bite of a raw onion. I haven't had to do it many times. And the time I did, I pretty much was heaved over the sink, almost puking. So when I really want to get things done, I put the onion on the line, and I take action. And then another thing, one of my favorite things in the evening is to end the day with a fun TV show. Right now we're watching Succession. So from like 8 to 9, wind down, watch a show. And I really like that after, being busy all day. So if I fail at any of my tasks, there's the onion on the line, and then a week of no show. So one show in the evening, it's fun. But what I'm saying for you guys, you have everything here right now. You could grab the directory from below, pick your state, pick your county, and say to your spouse or your best friend, hey, you see this thing I printed out online here on this page in Idaho? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are 24 counties. What I'm going to do is, by the end of the day, I'm going to call each of these counties, and I'm going to get the date of the tax deed auction, and I'm going to ask them if they have an over-the-counter tax deed list. And I'm going to have this by the end of the day. And if I don't prove to you and show you the exact dates of these auctions, you have to do something. Put something on the line. Maybe you got to clean the house for a week, do the dishes for a week. Something you don't like doing that is a punishment. You could take a bite of a disgusting onion. It's been the challenge of my life, all my life. My grandma would always lie to me and tell me there's no onions in this. And I'd bite it, and I'd find the onions, and I'd be very upset. However, the version of you who's making money in real estate is sadly not the version you are right now. So things have to change. You're going to have to take some sort of action. It's going to be uncomfortable. There's going to be uncertainty. And that's just stuff that you have to deal with. And part of what we do here is we're trying to help you save time and have a lot of that uncertainty out of the way. Because when I got started with this stuff, when did I get started? It'll be 22 years ago this December that I got started with tax deeds. And I was watching VHS tapes in my parents' basement. I had nobody to talk to. I didn't have a YouTube live stream or any of that to be able to go and ask questions. So for you guys, you have all of the resources. This is as easy as it's ever going to get for getting into real estate. Like yesterday, you saw us do the live auction. We show you on, I showed the places where the auctions are coming up. So I want everybody in the comments to tell me how many counties you will call by, let's see, it's Friday. If you're watching the replay, in the next 48 hours. Let's go, guys. Let's get the stream going. Let me know in the comments, even below this video. Commit to yourself to taking action. Just go and, hey, let's for the first one, let's call it 10. Okay. Commit to 10 or however many you want to do by Monday. Let me know in the comments what type of action you will be able to take. And then we'll check in here on Tuesday and see how you did. Okay. So yeah, 10 for sure. You can definitely get 10. You could get 10 in the next hour. No problem. 1 or 2 to start. Perfect. Let's see. Tyler, San Diego, welcome. And what about everybody else? Billy, how many counties? I think you're already in the game. So that is great. But let me know how many counties. We'll call it the County Call Challenge. Okay. The County Call Challenge is now active. And I want you guys to pick how many counties you will be able to call in the next 48 hours. Let's see. Have I done any in the Inland Empire? You know what? I've been to the Riverside sale a couple times. It was a good sale. I guess is Riverside Inland Empire? That's a good question. I would have to check. But I've definitely done the Riverside and San Bernardino auction before. So those are good. Let's see. All right, great. We're going to call 3 counties. Awesome. Bree can do 8 counties. Good stuff. And we want to check back in with you guys on Tuesday as far as if you were able to do it. And it's super simple. We can do it. Can do it very, very quickly. All you have to do, open the book, call them, ask them when the sale is, and then ask them the following questions. Hey, what happens to the properties that didn't sell at the tax deed sale? How do I get that list? And then they're going to send you the list. And then from there, you can start evaluating the properties, which is great. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Don't think they're open over the weekend. That is a great point as well. But, if they're not open over the weekend, all you need to do is use the map. However, that is the exercise. So we're doing this now, especially on the Pacific Coast. There is still plenty of counties that are open. And once again, guys, use this. Bookmark the Tax Lien School. Come here, click Knowledge Vault, and just bookmark the page. There are plenty of auctions coming up. We know just next week alone, kind of the work is done for you in the sense of there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 3 more here. There are a bunch of sales happening. Let's see. We got more Florida, Pinellas County, Florida. Let's check out that one. We can see what's going on. That's going to be an auction here on the 15th. And what's fun about Florida is they do auctions every single month. And you guys can definitely do this stuff remotely as well, which is super fun. So we have the Pinellas one in Florida. It's going to be on the real auction. So similar. They're using a lot of the similar sites. And we can see it here. Boom, the 15th. You would just simply go log in and you can practice bid as well, which is super cool. All right. So, somebody's saying questions. Let's go into some questions for anybody here today. And let's dive in. Yeah, good stuff. Paul, 10 by Monday. Pick a time. Be accountable. Bree, you're saying you can do 8. Guys, this is one of the biggest hacks to getting things done. And also, what I find is, you'll see a large part of what I do is I put like health and fitness stuff on here because, luckily I have like a little workout area in the house here. So I can easily say, oh, I'm going to be in the gym by this time or I fail. So for everybody here, I'm pretty sure we can all step up the fact that we could probably exercise more. I'm not calling you out in any way, but, we can always exercise more, eat a little bit better. And the thing that I find is that if you can win the morning, you win the day. So doing something hard in the morning really sets up the day. I like to start my day often with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's a great way to start and wake up, try to choke my friends and they choke me. And, that really wakes you up quick. So everybody pick something. And let's see some more questions. Yeah. So Uncle Billy, you're going to have 3 by Tuesday. That's great. Let's see. What page was I on? I was in the county directory. I was in Ohio. I don't remember exactly what page I was on. I always just kind of open it up and go off of that, but just download this. Everybody can get the directory below the book. All of this goes hand in hand. Just simply go download it, follow along. You will be in good shape. Let's see. Question. How does it work if a deed has a building or a structure on it? Also lien on an adjacent lot. Let's see. How does it work if a deed has a building / structure on it? And that building is also, lies on an adjacent lot. Well, that would clearly be some sort of zoning issue that you would have to check out. If there is some sort of zoning issue where the property is on the other lot, then maybe that's something you want to avoid. If there's gray areas like that, we try to kind of avoid those types of things. Let's see. They don't do over-the-counter in Georgia. You know what? They don't for the most part, but there are repository lists of properties that you can go you can go and buy right now. And it's like 30 days. These lists are there. We've shown them actually on our live streams before. So yeah, there are some hidden gems in Georgia as well. Let's see. I'm just looking at some of the questions. Okay, here we go. Another one on, do you have a one-on-one mentoring program? So, this is always a fun question as far as, people will be like, well, if this works so good, why are you telling everybody about it? Or, hey, this Dustin guy, it's very suspicious. If he's so successful, why is he talking about this stuff on YouTube? And I'm going to do something right now, which most YouTubers don't do. I'm going to be transparent. The same way that you guys like to make money, I have a business. I like to make money as well. And what we do, my main goal is, hey, we're going to provide the Tax Lien and Deed community with the most free information possible. On this channel, we have over 3,600 videos going back over 10 years. We give you guys everything you need. We give the books away here. Tax Lien School, when we hop over here, let's see, when we come over to Tax Lien School, we have the Knowledge Vault, which is like the top training area for tax liens and deeds that is free to access. So we go ahead, we give it all away. And in full transparency, what we also do is the fact that, you know, for me, I mention this story every time, is I had all the information, but I needed to go to an auction with an expert to actually put this together for myself. Because at the end of the day, right, everything you want to learn how to do is for free on the internet for the most part. If you want to learn physics, if you want to learn to cook a cake, if you want to learn, you know, wood shop, carpentry, everything, stock trading. So the question is like, why aren't we all billionaires, right? Clearly there is a disconnect. So you will be in one camp or the other. So what I recommend, take the free information and go as maybe that's all you ever do. And that's great. Tell us about what you did. So for me, what we do is, you know, we never intended to be YouTubers. I created a video and the channel just kind of grew. And now we're the top channel in the niche. And it really raises all boats because you guys can come here, you can learn, you can save time, trial and error. You don't have to start over. You don't have to watch video cassette tapes like I did. You have all the information. But what we do is if you want one-on-one help, that's what we offer. If you want to come join us at a tax deed auction, we can take you by the hand, take you to an auction. If you want help finding an auction or finding properties in the next 30 days, we can do that as well. And you can schedule a call and we can see if it's a fit. So there's a link to schedule a free call below if anybody's interested in that, or you can just pop over to Tax Lien School and right below the Knowledge Vault, you'll be able to click whether it's the auction, just click book a call and we can see if it's a fit. If it's not a big deal. We're still going to try to blaze the trail on providing the most value. So all of that's below. Good stuff. We're getting lots of action in the chat. This is great. Lots of people taking action. Let's see. We can do 8. Let's see. KW is going to do 12 in Eastern North Carolina. Perfect. So, you know, one of the easiest things to do, guys, for your list is just come back over to the vault. So if you're going to be in North Carolina, just come over here and click on it. Boom. We can come over here. We can see the counties. You're going to be in North Carolina. So that information is obviously in the directory, but then come over here and learn about North Carolina. We have everything you need. We have a video on it. We have the counties. You know, say for example, Brunswick County, you can just come over here, click on that, and it's going to pull up the details and probably the phone number as well for Brunswick County. Here we go. Boom, boom. We're ready to go. We got the county website for Brunswick in North Carolina. Very cool. And if our team is watching this, super proud of you guys. This thing has been a ton of work to put together this resource for everybody to get their details. So we have the sales type, we have the FAQ, we have everything you need here on this site. So it is awesome to see everybody in the county calling action pack. Let's see. Uncle Billy's, yeah, he's going to do 3 by Tuesday. That is awesome. Let's see here. Oh, we already did those questions. Good stuff. Okay, good question here is, what is the difference between a deed and a foreclosure auction? So this is a great this is a good question to ask because people make this mistake and lose money. So I'll explain how it works. Sometimes at the auction, and Josh says this really well. He says, just because there is a property being auctioned at a tax sale doesn't mean it's a tax sale property. So a lot of the times at the auction, you could have the sheriff sale who is selling the tax deeds. But then at the same time, you could have a banker there doing a foreclosure auction, or even a sheriff selling a foreclosure property. So plain and simple, a tax deed auction is going to be the back taxes owed is going to be the opening bid. And a tax deed auction, because it is the first lien on a property, it wipes out mortgages, allowing you to have properties free and clear, which is super cool. However, where people get mixed up They think they're at a tax deed auction because they didn't read the book, they didn't go through it, and then they bid on something, but they're actually bidding on a foreclosure, a bank foreclosure. And at a bank foreclosure auction, you inherit all of the problems with the property, including the mortgage. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Say it's a $200,000 property, there's a $60,000 mortgage and $10,000 in back taxes. Even if you get that thing for, the mortgage, what did I say, 70? Say you get the bid for 80. That's still not a bad deal. You're still coming in at 50% of market value. But where people make big mistakes is they think the mortgage foreclosure or the homeowner association auction is the tax auction. And they don't realize they're inheriting all of the liens, the mortgages that are associated with that property. And I saw somebody at an auction, they bought, especially in Texas, because the same sheriff who auctions the tax deed properties also, Texas has all sorts of like homeowner association property, homeowner association areas. There's so many of them. And you pay an HOA fee to be a member of the homeowner association. And if you don't, they can also foreclose on the house. However, they'll use the same sheriff that's doing the tax deed sale. So this is where I've seen people lose their butts. They think they're bidding on a tax deed sale, but really it's the sheriff auctioning the homeowner association part, and you are then inheriting the mortgages and all of the liens. So these can be good deals, but you have to research more because they're coming with a mortgage attached to them a lot of the times. So just make sure, you're reading between the lines and you know what's going on. So to summarize that, the difference, a foreclosure auction is the bank foreclosing for their mortgage that's not paid. Tax deed auction is the county foreclosing on the property for the taxes that aren't paid. And the cool thing about that auction is it wipes out the mortgage, which is very, very cool. So good stuff, guys. It is time to start. Challenge, the county call challenge has been activated. Okay. And I want everybody to have an auction plan here to get going. And let's see. Yeah, Les is saying, that's not been my experience that you inherit a mortgage at a foreclosure sale. Well, remember, when you're buying at a foreclosure sale, you're bidding on the mortgage, right? The opening bid is the mortgage at the foreclosure sale. So, you're not inheriting the mortgage, you're satisfying the mortgage with your bid at that property. What I'm saying, though, is there is a homeowner association auction that happens that also you can inherit the auction. So there's actually like 3 types of auctions. There's the tax deed auction, a bank foreclosure auction, and then a homeowner association fees auction as well. So, this is why this business is really good. You have to understand it. There's some nuances, and that's our job, is to help you understand the rules of the road. And, that's why we have all these videos. That's why we have this book in the description below that walks you through everything step by step. Definitely grab that. And let's see. There could also be other liens. Yeah, exactly. So there could be other liens, not a mortgage. And that's part of the property research that we have to do. And one of the big things is the tax deed auction will generally wipe out the mortgage, but we want to make sure that the county liens, there's not astronomical county liens on the property. So a perfect example is one time we saw it was like it was a lot, and there was a $50,000 grass cutting liens on the property because the county has been cutting the grass for the last 5 years and charging tons of interest on it. So the county is not the biggest fan of wiping out their own liens. So you need to be aware of that and do your research. Let's see. Do you get a condo if there's a lien on it? Yeah. We've bought condos at these auctions. Condos are great. We like condos as well. So you can see those. Les, I appreciate the comment and just love the fact, that you guys are taking your time to tune in and check out what we're doing here to help you guys get in the game. It's a lot of fun. We just hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and it's so funny because I never, not like the reluctant journey, but I never set out to have a YouTube channel, and here we are with 100,000 subscribers and the top channel in the space, which is very, very cool. Let's see here. Do any counties or states pass on any mortgages or debts or liens to newly sold properties. You know, one of the places that we don't go is New Mexico. I think New Mexico does that. It's really one of the only places. So we generally don't go to New Mexico. But for the most part, the tax deed auction is going to wipe the mortgages. And our goal, though, is okay. The best way to think of this business is like the game of Monopoly, right? So my job and what we try to do on this channel is teach you guys how Monopoly is played. Okay. We all know how Monopoly is played. We've probably all had family arguments and fights and over that. I used to play it with my grandparents, and sometimes it gets so heated we'd have to pause the game until the morning. I think that's what got me hooked on real estate at a young age, you know. Anyways, so my goal is to teach you this is how Monopoly is played. From there, this is the general book on how Monopoly, Tax Lien Deeds is played. You get this? Okay, cool. I understand how it's played. Then the next phase is you get the directory and you call up the county and you ask for the specific rules on how to play Monopoly in that county. So say, for example, we're in Pike, Georgia. We're going to call them up. We're going to find out, hey, can I get the list of the rules for the auction? Can I get the list? And then you will abide by their rules. And in the rules, it will say generally 95% of the time in a tax deed county that the mortgage will be wiped out. So that's our goal. That's always in the description. Check out some of our other videos on title, all that sort of stuff. And man, it's been a good show here today, but it's time to get started. Fonda and Riverside, good stuff. Hello from Miami, nice and warm there. But yeah, guys, get started. Grab the book below if you want to come join me at an auction. Schedule a call if you want some help building a custom AI to help you with this. In the description, you can do that. Check out the video we did yesterday on the live auction. That one is super cool. I'll just show it here. If you just come over, you'll probably see it recommended. Where did it go? It's gone now. I lost it. One sec. I'll show you. But if you just go to YouTube, or actually you're watching this on YouTube, so just click on my name and you'll see the video from yesterday where we attended the live auction, and that was super cool. So yeah, here we go. Boom, pulling this up. And yeah, go to the channel, click under the live tab. Okay, what's the difference here? Oh, down there. So click on the live tab and check out this one from yesterday where you see us bidding. It was super fun. It was in the moment. We were about to go live. And Josh like, there's an auction closing in 30 minutes. Let's go. Let's swing. Super fun. So check out some of these. We got tons. If you sort it by most popular, this one's 1 million views. And there's a lot of good times to be had with this stuff. Let's see. Yeah, check out the video from yesterday right now. Cool. Go dive into that. It's a lot of fun. You'll see a firsthand auction. And once again, guys, thumbs up, subscribe if you like this, and appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see you on the next show coming up on Tuesday. Bye-bye.